So we're getting the first initial pull in here. What's up, everybody? Feels nice to be back in New Jersey. Definitely nice to be home to see my family and friends. Currently, we're headed out to Pennsylvania. Street Speed's having this meet, but it also is a donation for kids to give toys and whatnot. So it's for a great cause, so figured we'd stop by, see what's going on, check that out a little bit, and then break right into today's video, which is a beautiful 3rd gen Cummins. So I hope you guys are excited. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, turn the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys over there. Honestly, from the things I have seen, would say is one of the cleanest 3rd gens that I ever seen, but there's a lot of stuff done to it. Performance-wise, looks the whole 9 yards. So they're over here with Brian, also known as Battleship. You guys may have seen him on Instagram before, but this is his build, and he's gonna be giving you guys a little overview on it. So I know the list is probably very long, but if you wanna start off with just the basics.
So, what's going on, everybody? So this will be pretty much the first time in full overview of the truck. Like Justin was saying, it's a lot. My Excel spreadsheet is actually about 20-some pages. We've touched every nut and bolt and wire on this truck. There's actually nothing that we didn't address when we built this truck.
And we just popped the hood open, and this thing just isn't only a show truck, it also got the goodies and some horsepower under the hood here. So if you want to let everyone know what exactly is done under here or what kind of power you think she's making.
So obviously, if you're in the Dodge community, it's far from a stock engine bay. We went over everything. The engine was pulled many times. The block is paint matched to the truck. The trans is powder coated, paint matched to the truck. Everything in this engine bay is pretty much powder coated. Like I said, we've gone through every nut and bolt. I'd like to think that maybe I was one of the first Dodge, or even one of the first diesel trucks that had a complete wire tuck. Like, I tried to hide as much as possible.
So also notice there's a lot of room under here, and I don't see no batteries.
So guys in the Dodge scene, I should say, you know, like I said, 2 batteries, a TIP'em, ECU. The ECU's not on the block, it's all hidden. We'll get into that. It's actually, the ECU's inside the truck. The TIP'em is inside the glove box. The batteries are back yonder. So everything we tried to hide and make it go away.
It's pretty cool to see it not all crowded in here. Definitely got a lot of room.
Like I said, my next goal is to relocate master cylinder hydro boosts. I have a couple ideas, and that's another thing. Sorry, we're going to backtrack a little. The ABS module, that is relocated. So the engine bay wise, it's bare minimum.
So fuel and air wise on the truck, the setup, what exactly does that consist of?
So I was running, I had a Fass 165 for like almost 10 years. So this thing was like a dinosaur, but it did me good. So I stayed with Fass. So now I'm running a 290, which feeds my exergy 12 mil pump. And then I have exergy sticks. Those are 100 overs. But here in the next couple days or so, we're gonna put some bigger sticks in there. So I got something planned for this. We're shooting for the 1,000 horsepower mark. She's really close, and I think we're gonna go over it. And that's pretty much fuel side. On the air, the turbo setup, yes, the turbo setup is brand new. It's a forced induction 472 8790. It does me good. Like I said, it's very streetable. I love this thing. It pretty much lights when I need it to.
So we're getting the first initial pull in here. She's a ripper, man.
I would say it's not laggy. It's got very good street manners. So maybe someday I might up the game, but I don't know. Like, they're all on borrowed time, so I think I'm happy with where I got. It's good enough for a weekend warrior. So in a sense, it's a second gen kit, but it was all fabricated by a local buddy of mine. The piping, the downpipe, he did all that work. Jason Schmuck is his name. He
looks beautiful.
He's a god in the TIG industry, and if anybody actually follows him or follows anything Vibrant does, everything was Vibrant that we utilized. The piping, the clamps, everything. The downpipe is a one-off. There's nobody else out there that has the downpipe that I have. It's a two-piece. It's a 4-inch and a 5-inch, and my whole exhaust is V-banded. Every connection has a V-band on it. Right now I have my exhaust pipe going outside of the vehicle. I had an axle dump, but that gets a little loud, so.
Yeah, no, this thing's sweet. And then on top of it, I see intercooler radiator, and you also said you have a built trans in here, correct?
Yes, this from a buddy. He hooked me up there. And that's also HD clamps, so you can see with the Vibrant clamps. Like I said, everything's hard points for the most part. But on the trans side, that was built by another good friend of mine, Chris Gelball. He's actually very local to me. The trans was built to support a little over 1,000 horsepower. So it's all billet internals, go in, torque converters.
Got the ratchet shifter, full manual valve body.
Full manual valve body. So I'm still manually shifting, but it's fun. It's a fun little toy to take out and let her rip. So typical fashion of the Dodges everyone's aware of, the Dodge rot. So the rear fenders, they actually started rusting out. So we addressed that issue, and in conjunction with that, I had some door dings and other cosmetic things that I wanted to start repairing. So that's really what officially kicked this thing off as from what you see now. Toyota, it's actually a Toyota color. It's not a Dodge color. It's 1H5 Toyota cement gray.
It kind of looks like that Destroyer gray.
It does, and when the Destroyer grays, they weren't a thing. When I painted this truck, those colors, the Nardo grays, the Destroyer grays, didn't exist, and that's kind of why I wanted to go this color, because I assumed I was going to be one of the first few vehicles of this color in the truck scene. But you know, everyone who has similar taste, they kind of filter that way of those colors.
Yeah, it's a badass color for sure, because it kind of...
It's a neutral color, it's a safe color, you know. I could, accent-wise, like I said, anything goes with it. From pink, purple, green, blues, and obviously I stayed on the Cummins ISX red, because I really like that color. So in the front, it was an SLT bumper. We did a sport conversion with the Laramie trim. It was the chrome centerpiece that everyone has. I wrapped it. Maybe someday I might make a carbon fiber piece for it, I don't know. Amazon, eBay special headlights, nothing special there, you know, like we all have them. Suspension wise, actually, before we get to suspension, on the front here, the front corners, we have carbon fiber fender liners. They are the only set that I'm pretty sure in existence. You can see the truck's pretty low. It's about 5 inches lower than stock, give or take. It doesn't ride like a Cadillac, but it's fun. It's set up for what I want, really. It doesn't bottom out, but it's pretty close. It's not as smooth as some people would prefer.
Wheel and tire setup.
I try to stay pretty conservative. I'm not trying to get more than a 10 wide wheel. They do the truck pretty good, I think. We're changing the wheels up here in the next week. For 2021, we're coming out with something different. It's going to be a little over the top. Maybe a little bit much, we'll see.
Gotta stay tuned for that.
Back's nothing spectacular. I have Viking dual adjustables on the rear and in the front, which I think also that's another thing, that there's only a very few people that have dual adjustable shocks up front. So that was require a little bit of fabrication to make those work. Nothing special back here, really. The only thing different is, like I said, my roll pan is welded in, and I really wanted a clean look. I didn't want it to look like just a bolt on, so I tried to make it as smooth as possible. And
yeah, it looks good.
the spare tire hole, that is all, that's gone. We shaved that also, that's out.
Which we're gonna be lifting the truck up here on the lift in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit underneath, but just trying to give you a walk around of the exterior.
As far as exterior, you know, the aesthetics is pretty simple. I like less is more. I mean, I say that now, but when you see what I got planned for 2021, you're gonna be like, what did he do to that truck? Maybe 24 karat gold wheels? I don't know, we'll see.
So we're gonna break into the interior and show you guys how immaculate it is inside as well. So, Brian, if you wanna give a little of the details.
So with the interior, I tried to, you know, like everything I did with this truck was based around the less is more and clean and, you know, very subtle things here and there, like really small details. Nothing over the top, you know, like I said, I don't have the Starry Night headliner, which I would love to have, but I don't think it would fit the theme of this truck. The only thing, I guess, really interior-wise, I think maybe might be different than everybody else would have, is my center console that I built myself. It actually has a few purposes. Obviously, it mounts the ratchet shifter. It's the back half is my sub enclosure for my 12-inch MTX, which I'm getting old, but I still like bass. So the front half, actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. We might have to. That is where my ECU is.
Wow.
How pretty that looks in film.
Real hidden under there.
So like I said, out of sight, out of mind. The Tippum's in the glove box. So like I said, nothing fancy, just out of sight, out of mind. The wires, I don't want to see any wires. That's really the ultimate goal of this truck. Just hide everything and make it still for the most part functional as OEM. Even though I do not have AC. I don't need AC. So the seats are from Corboa. They're the DFX series. Surprisingly, they're actually quite comfortable, believe it or not. A lot of racing style seats are they're rigid, they're very solid, and these things, they hug you.
You also have I see the quick release wheel, right?
Yes, it's NRG quick release. The hub, everything here is all converted from, you know, the factory.
So just to show how really clean this truck is, I mean, I see the batteries right here. You got your transcooler, right?
Yep, dual stack transcooler. But you see, my whole exhaust system, like we were saying, is V-banded. Viking dual adjustable shocks back here also. Still 373 gears in the rear, nothing fancy. It is reverse leveled, lowered, whatever you want to say. On the back here, down to 3 leafs, the overload, the spacers, took all that out, 2-inch drop shackles, running cow tracks. They're tried and proven. So
just to show you guys completely under here, like, this is no joke. This thing is so clean in every aspect. You don't see a lot of third gens that are this clean.
kind of started back in 2012. From there, it really started to spiral out of control 2015. Before then, nobody really knew the truck. Everyone always remembered this truck as the gray Battleship truck. Before then, it was graphite, you know, and 35s lifted and everything, but we toned it down. It's not a work truck no more. There was a time it was a work truck, and I actually used it to make money, but those days are long gone.
Good old Pennsylvania. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.